appearances and facades. You have to understand that everyone can pretend to be. But the truth is, if you don't have the fucking results, you're fucking not. And so those who are those who actually work and align towards a trajectory which is in alignment with the results. And so most of you guys only want to appear to be, aka you don't have that intrinsic motivation. You don't actually want to win. You simply want to appear as a winner so you are perceived in a higher light by others. So you are not motivated to serve and to give the best version of you to the people who deserve it. You truly believe that it doesn't matter about what the fuck effects you can cause, the impact you can have as an individual, and you care so much, you are so engrossed into yourself that all you truly care about is flattering your ego through others' perception. And so you guys have to truly ask yourself, what are you aligned with? Because most people do, but few actually are. AKA, you are aligned, you do what you do, so you are accepted by others, but you don't even fucking accept yourself. And so all these cadences, all these, fear-driven motives, all these negative tensions, that is a genuine reflection of what the fuck you are. And so you can appear externally and extrinsically as something you're not. It's very easy to deceive yourself and to deceive others, but the internal state of which you inhabit doesn't fucking lie. And you can sit here and you can pretend, but when the cadences begin to cause chaos, the only person who has to suffer in that is you. And so you might as well actually become the individual to have the sovereign intention to align internally instead of appear as something you're not extrinsically. And so the realists of the real are intrinsically motivated. We truly want to become the best because we love winning. And so most people, they want to appear as winners so they're not denounced as losers. But the truth is, you're still a fucking loser. You're pretending to be a winner because you're so scared of what others will think if they perceive you as a loser. You are so afraid of what others think that you will deceive yourself and you will deceive others out of the truth. And the truth is the light. Because if light exposes darkness, well, you have to understand that every lie you have in your mind is simply darkness fermented into form as you reverberate this into the fucking universe. And so you can sit there and you can pretend to be, and you can sit there and you can feel entitled to more without putting in the fucking work. And you can put on a fucking facade and you can lie yourself to being perceived in a higher light. But the truth doesn't lie, and the truth is what you experience in here. And so most people, they truly believe that the extrinsic world is the only thing that exists. But last time I checked, you exist within your fucking mind, and I can't fucking grab your mind and hold it in my hand. It's truly an intangible, metaphysical object of which you exist within. And so most of you guys, you don't actually believe that the intrinsic value of which you co-reside and are aligned to matters. And so this is why you will go through time devolving, descending, and ever escalating in higher realms and higher levels of consciousness. You will forever lie yourself out of the power you need to gain. You have to understand that the journey is what creates the individual. The uniqueness of which you express is what ferments yourself into the universe. And so everyone can mimic and everyone can copy, and it's very easy to steal. But the truth is, most of you live in denial, and the internal state goes to show. And so most of you rather smile at the lack within you instead of confront it and transform it. This is why you will forever remain a dysmorphic bitch. And so I want you guys to truly comprehend and understand with the highest levels of fucking comprehending and understanding that your internal state is what the fuck you are. What the fuck you pretend to be is not what you are. Everyone can fake a smile. Every single person on earth can pretend to be something they're not. But what doesn't lie is the internal state. And the internal state is what truly reflects into reality. And so you can put on the mask, but if the results are extrinsically not reflecting your intrinsic motives, well, there's a fucking problem, and someone is not actually aligned. Someone is actually a false prophet. Or, well, fuck false prophet, someone is pretending to be something you're not. pretending to be something they're not. And so you have to understand that everyone can sit here and everyone can pretend to have higher wisdom and higher knowledge, and everyone can pretend to be that savior. But the truth is, if you're not genuinely that individual, your internal state will reflect that. And you will enter a state where your mind will play tricks on you. And these tricks, the overcoming that is where you experience elevation. But I want you guys to understand that until you genuinely rid those cadences in your mind, until your mind is truly warped in your favor, you are not that. And so it begins with your mental, and then you do this through the action on the physical, and you'll allow yourself to evolve and to grow as an individual through that. And so most people will forever try to warp the signal and try to escalate and to expand their self-concept through the perception of others. Because let's break this down. You have to understand that the metaphysics of identity, the sense of self that you exist within, is a reflective of the way you actually and genuinely emanate through life. And so we have to understand that if your meta identity, if your sense of self is so small that the things you want to accomplish in life seem impossible for you. Okay, you don't believe you could touch 1 million. You don't believe you could touch 1 billion. You don't believe you can accomplish these things because your sense of self, your sense of self isn't on the level to actually psychologically transform this into action, into vision, into gratitude for life, to actually ascend through it. And so most of you guys can pretend to be the signal, but in all factuality, all you're doing is narcissistically inflating your sense of self. And so I want you to remove your current identity. I want you to truly look in a mirror, and I want you to understand that you have to create your sense of self. And so you're not what you wear, you are not what you drive, and you are not what you pretend to be. Your sense of self is the internal state you inhabit. And so most of you guys internally inhabit a state where you need to perform for others. And so you enter a state of infinite chaos, infinite regression, because you lack the true authenticity of being yourself. And so you can pretend to be higher signal, but last time I checked, your mind is warped against you. And so it's all about detangling the mind. Very fucking simple. The people who want to win will understand. Those who truly want to pretend to be winners will always feel, will always denounce, will always reflect the inadequacy of which is reverberated from their feline soul, their peon brain, and their slave existence of which they have to suffer it. Peace!